Why is it black? Oh, my God. Because I've got the wrong fucking layout on. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Oh, my. I just can't. I can't even with me today. Jayne, I cannot with me today. I just can't.
It's Callie and friends, too cool, Neurodivergent, and sharing good neurodivergent things. They be clever and quick with a fair bit of sergeant sidestepping, but a step in the right direction, a slight autistic correction. It's more about interception, interpretation, and fuck, they give a load of validation.
And welcome to F Them Fish, AuDHD for Grownups with your neurodivergent besties. That is moi, Callie Elward-Barrett, and my vivacious co-host,
Jayne Gurton.
And we are here to talk about all things neurodivergent: work, life, relationships, overwhelm, weird brain stuff, and the things nobody properly explains. So if that is your jam, stick around. But fair warning, we be swear bears.
We love a good fucking swear.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is today?
Today is just a day.
No, it's not. It is not. It is not. It is Jayne's birthday, and she likes us so much that she still wanted to record.
Is it your birthday, girl?
No, yeah. I'm saying about it being your birthday, and then I'm just checking myself in like the camera because I realise that my overachiever is like sitting just under my boobs. This is the best jumper. Look at it. It's so good.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. If you're not on YouTube, I mean, that's on you, boo. But like you could see my amazing Lisa Simpson overachiever.
Overachiever jumper. It is fantastic.
It is like an age 14 one that I bought, and I'm like, nope, don't care. I will call it a 3/4 sleeve.
Oh my God, I thought you rolled them up.
I have. They're totally rolled up. I do this actually with every jumper. I don't like long sleeve jumpers anyway.
I
right?
know, me too. It's killing me.
I saw it and I was like, as if I'm not having that in my life. As if I'm not. It's a dress. I bought it like 4 years ago or something. It's a dress that was supposed to be for kids. I wear it as a hoodie. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. How has your day been, my friend?
Thank you. It's been really good. So my husband and I took the day off work and we just went on a little adventure around country Victoria to the little sleepy towns.
No, that's not.
We had a picnic comprised solely of deli-meats because that's all my tired brain could figure out when I went to the supermarket.
Yeah.
And then we stopped in Dalesford and I went to my favourite woo-woo shop and got a new crystal to bring in the new year.
Crystals? I love a good crystal.
Mm-hmm. We saw my friend for coffee.
You have other friends? What? Tell me about this. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did not have coffee with you today, so...
I pay them.
Oh, that's okay then. And obviously they're not as cool as me.
Well, I mean, I pay them, so they have to be good.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I suppose if they're listening, they do need to think that they are somewhat important. No, I get it. Yeah, so
you are very far away.
I'm too far away. Will you move here or what?
No.
They give a load of validation.
I also saw my favorite little kids yesterday. All the kids that are really important to me, and they made me handmade cards and chose fantastically absurd presents for me.
What did you get?
Well, 2 of them chose me a birthday tiara because they walked in.
Highly appropriate. Yes, put it on. Put your tiara on, Jayne. Why are you not wearing your tiara?
Because I'll be honest with you. I'm just not really a birthday person.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, that tiara. Is it designed for children? It's a children's tiara.
Yeah, it's a children's tiara.
You look just positively just regal.
Thank you so much. They called me a birthday queen.
You are a birthday queen.
But I think they did that thing where kids go and buy whatever they want and they think she'll love it because I love it. Yeah. So to be fair, I do love it. I wore it for them all day yesterday. Amazing. So I did want to talk about this, right?
Tell me everything.
I love celebrating other people's birthdays. I love making them feel amazing and going out of my way to do incredible things for them. I'm definitely a personalized present kind of person. I don't like just buying generic things or gift cards. I will always try and either make something or find something that really reminds me of that person.
Yeah.
I'm just not a birthday person for myself. And I don't know whether that is that I've had some experiences on my birthdays that I'd rather not remember through not necessarily my fault or anyone's fault. There's just been days where it's fallen on things where I just go, oh God, this is the worst thing that could happen. And I was talking to my beautiful friend about it the other day who is neurodivergent, and she's a psychologist, and she had this really interesting terminology that I'd never considered before, but just like triggered something in my brain and I can't stop thinking about it. But she used the word perceived. So I said to her, I don't love my birthday. I don't love so many random people that I don't talk to all that often. Like, it feels inauthentic for some reason. And I don't know, I feel really funny about it. And she said a lot of neurodivergent people struggle with being perceived so much on their birthday.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop thinking about it since, because most years I would try to hide in a hole and like go get a massage. And my dream is just to not have any decisions put on me, any like things that I have to do. Obligations is a terrible word, but I feel the obligation to have to respond and to have to be the right level of excited and the right level of, yes, I want to do that. And yes, let's go do that for my birthday.
Yeah.
It feels a lot. And I've got limited energy at the moment, as everyone knows. And I sound like a whinger, but it's not that I don't love it. And I love my friends. I love my family. I love being able to see them and the kids being so excited for it. I do think it's that perception piece where I love flying under the radar. I don't love being the center of attention because that has often been difficult.
Yeah.
So maybe it is that. I don't know. I wanted to talk to you about it.
So I was saying to you it was so hard for me not messaging you, not calling you, not doing anything because I wanted to do it on pod about happy birthday, right? And even when we started before we hit record, I was like, happy birthday. No, I'm not allowed to say it. What strikes me a little is that I love being center of attention. I freaking hate it on my birthday. I don't want it when it's about me. I love getting up on stage. I genuinely adore public speaking. I love like being in the room and feeling the energies and, responding to the way the people are responding to what I'm saying, and then, pivoting mid-sentence almost to go down a pathway that everybody in the audience is clearly like enjoying. And I love that, right? And so for almost my entire life, I've been embarrassed about loving being center of attention. It's that thing you're not supposed to want to be, right?
Yeah.
But I do, right? In that way, I hate it when it's about me.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. That's probably one of the reasons I hate Mother's Day. If you haven't heard that episode, go back to it. I feel everything you just said. Yeah. I love to make a fuss of other people on their birthday. I love to spoil other people. I love to make spaces, like I love doing a birthday party. So I don't know if it's about the center of attention thing. I think the perceived thing. And you know what? When you hear a word and it just once you've heard it, you keep hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
And perceived is one of those. I reckon in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I have heard about being perceived multiple times. It's like, no, we're always perceived for the wrong reasons. I don't want to be perceived because if I'm being perceived, somebody might misunderstand what I'm saying or misconstrue it, or they might take me the wrong way. I'll do something wrong without realizing it. And the more perceived I am, the more that risk is. I'm literally processing out loud. I'm thinking it out loud as you're saying. So I don't know. It
makes sense. And I keep getting so worried and using all my energy on the fact that I feel like a bit of a Debbie Downer because all day little things where I'm just like, oh, that's a bit disappointing. But I would be so happy with nothing. I just want I want to feel significant. That is my core motivation. That is my thing that I need in life. And my husband has been beautiful and wonderful and amazing. And there is nothing better than my close people could have done than make cards for me. That chef's kiss. Love that. So happy.
Yeah.
It's more, I loved living overseas. I loved living in London because nobody knew me. Nobody saw me. Nobody perceived me. I was not different. I was so the same as everyone else because everyone was so different. And now I live in this country rural town again. And on your birthday, I feel like it's a similar thing where it's almost like walking down the street and everyone knows you, but you are in no kind of disguise, no kind of mask. Like you, I'm quite comfortable with public speaking. I love doing weddings.
Yeah. You're a celebrant. I think
I am a wedding celebrant.
Yeah.
I love doing all those kind of things and being around people, and I don't mind being the center of attention. I wouldn't say I love it, but I love it when I am in celebrant Jayne mode. And I don't feel like there's that option when it's your birthday. You are just like front and center, stripped bare.
Yeah, it's tricky, hey? That sense of disappointment of, am I expecting too much? And now look at what an asshole I'm being because I'm not being full of joy. So then it becomes just painful.
And then a self-fulfilling prophecy that I have become like a Debbie Downer asshole because like Beach at one point, we were at this beautiful cafe in Daylesford with like fairy lights all around and it was raining, but we were in an undercover courtyard. It was stunning. And Beach was like, are you okay? And I felt so bad because I was like, actually, genuinely I am. I'm just exhausted and so glad to just be here and not on any radar right now. Just here, just the two of us with the dogs. It was beautiful. I feel like anything we do as neurodivergent people in this kind of space, well, Mother's Day, birthday, whatever it might be, even if you're accepting an award or you're finishing uni or whatever, it's always a double-edged sword.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, May, I'm so sorry that comes on with your birthday, and that's okay. Be a Debbie Downer for a bit with me. Safe space, babes.
Hey, I'm actually super happy to be talking to you because this is genuine and real and we talk frequently. And so I feel I love this.
I'm always like, I want to speak to Jayne more. We haven't actually spoken much this week. It's not been okay. No, it has not been okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Work has been busy and I feel like that's rude.
But look, final time from myself, from Overthinktopus, from Podcat, who is literally doing a flip-in, I don't know, she's treating the room like it's a gymnasium at the moment so people can hear it. The only place she hasn't been is anywhere on camera where she might have been cute. But from all of us, hope you have enjoyed this last turn around the sun and will enjoy the next one. Because
Thank you. It's going to be the best year yet. I'm very excited.
They give a load of validation.
This is a wild ride.
Look, I haven't slept. I am chronically sleep deprived. We need to do an episode on sleep soon because I am so chronically sleep deprived. It is to the point where I just cried for hours the other day because I'm so sleep deprived, right?
Okay.
We were talking about being busy and I was like, yes, work is phenomenally busy for me at the moment, which is fantastic. So basically, it's almost like the last 8 months of work, of proposals, of everything else that I've been putting out a lot of them, like I've been having a few little bits and bobs as we go. My first, 8-10 months of business. So, that's fine. A lot of foundation building to do. If I were to have the same amount of work for every 2 months that I've got for the next 2 months coming up, so to the end of the financial year, and in fact, even through July, I could be fully booked now until the end of July, right? I am at absolute maximum on my coaching clients that I could have. And then I've got workshops and I've got everything like that built in. I don't want to say figures on here, but enough that for the next couple of months, I would be, if I would have earned this amount, firstly, I'd be broken because I'm very, very busy.
Yeah, and you're not sleeping.
Well, I'm not sleeping for other reasons. But yes, it's been building on from the shame around not being able to achieve the standards I hold myself to. Mm-hmm. And so I'm putting everything I can into making sure that I'm delivering everything that I say I can. And also because I always have to do the most, that I am still able to do the most and that people aren't disappointed. Anyway.
They give a load of validation.
I need to show you something.
What is did you buy a new planner?
Not a planner, Jayne. It is not a planner.
What is it?
It is a remarkable digital notebook.
They have mini ones now?
They have a mini one. I think they might have had a mini one for a while. But
oh my God.
Is
it amazing?
Yeah, but it was $1,000. It was a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
But worth it.
Slight side quest. I was so tired the other day, and I had been through my tiredness. I've been fucking up my meds, and just not really taking them, and dehydrated, and all of those things. So I went dopamining at Westfield.
Oh God, why? Why would you do this to yourself?
Well, I had to get some stuff like for the kids and things, and I had to, there was some thing I needed to get some shopping, and I had to go to Costco and stuff like that, right? So I went to Costco, and first of all, I dopamined. I didn't even feel like dopamining at the time. It felt like rage shopping.
Where I was sometimes I think that's worse.
What it was. I was so angry because I'm not the type of ADHD that is. I'm very thrifty. Right, so I'm not the type of ADHD that is like fuck it and doesn't think about money. I am very thrifty. Yeah, I am very, very thrifty, and I'm very much like no, I won't ever get things on credit. I have a credit card, like, but small limit. I don't, and a mortgage, obviously, but like I don't ever get things on credit. I never do afterpay. I never, would get hire purchase, that type of thing, right?
I feel like you're like a magician or something. Like, I'm the ADHD that completely struggles with all that stuff. I can't have a credit card. It cannot be tempting me.
In fairly, like, with no money, right? Like, my mum was a single parent. I've talked about this before, and was technically homeless for a few years. And I bought my first house. It was like a little ex-govy kind of 2 up, 2 down in this tiny little village. And I bought it off another someone I worked with, and I bought it when I was 19.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I was a police officer as well. So, like I had an income like that. So,
okay, we went opposite ways because I grew up with not much and just went, as soon as I started earning money, I deserve this. I say with a tiara on my head right now. Yeah. Treat yourself. That's my motto.
But yeah, so I am not the sort of ADHD that goes rage shopping. I'm just not. I just would be like, no. In Clueless, it's like, oh, do you have buyer's remorse? Yes, always. I always have buyer's remorse. Always. So Tech Guy's been talking about getting one of these. I did a bit of work today putting everything into our Trello board.
Yep.
I have, and I'm not even halfway through from getting everything off my planning sessions and all the Post-its and out of various notepads. And I'm finding that it's too fragmented. So I needed to, and he's been talking about it, and I'm like, well, okay, maybe I want one of those then. And I'm not going to lie, part of it, my rage shopping it was not his fault, except for the fact that I'm unfairly blaming you a little bit for me not sleeping. And so when I went into JB Hi-Fi to pick up my camera, which had been repaired, I was like, well, I'm just going to buy. Well, I'm going to buy. And even like, right, I put into ChatGPT, everything's so fragmented. I need stuff to help me like with my workflows. And it was like, do not buy a digital notebook. You are just going to add to your things that you're going to create more fragmentation. You need to sort your workflows out and your processes. And I was like, you're not the boss of me.
So of course you buy in a rage against ChatGPT.
Pretty much. Yeah, okay. I was like, how dare you?
I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, is this going to become another notebook?
Look, you're not the boss of me either. Look at me brandishing my notebook.
Put that notebook away from me. Rude. But also, you've seen that I was using my iPad like that for a while because when I got my iPad, I was like, it's going to multi everything. I do use it for my wedding ceremonies and stuff, but I use it for a digital notebook. But I thought it would change whether I think a new notebook will save my life.
Let me live in this
and
dream
it did.
For a while.
It did. You clearly know that I use it all the time on repeat. I've never used another notebook since.
So
just for everyone who's not looking at this, I absolutely just shook my head and stared at Callie because it's not true.
Look, I have 3 notebooks on the go at the moment. Okay, at the moment, and not to mention like multiple Post-it pads, and
Does the Remarkable give you a Post-it option?
Look, I've only had it for like a day.
Is it coloured? Like, do you have a colour screen?
So, but it's shit. The colour is shit. So I'm hoping that when you export it, the colour is much more obvious. The other thing is on the templates, they're really, really faint. So like, I want lines, right? So I've put the lines template in and they're really, really faint. Also, get this. So if you are looking at a Remarkable 2, let me be your friend here because I wanted it because I want basically Gemini to be able to go grab my notes. I want there to be some form of integration that I can then integrate it with Gemini or with the G Drive or whatever. And then it can go and you know, I've got tech guy, so he can do this stuff, right? And it can then grab my notes and then pull them all into the one spot, right? And then tech guy's building me get this, like he's building this because he codes and he does all sorts of stuff, hence tech guy, a thing whereby, and we like literally whiteboarded the whole thing. I was like, here's the problem statement. We spent like about 4 or 5 hours figuring out what the problem actually was. And so it's going to grab all of the notes and all of the things, all of the inputs from my Gmail, from my, everywhere. Like there was like, I think I had like 18 or so different input places, right, where things come from. And including like face-to-face meetings and calls and different platforms and Post-its and my whiteboard, all the sorts of things, right? It will grab them all in and some of them will go into a immediate task list and then the other stuff will go into information management. So it's like it'll go there and it'll, so he's building this for me.
If that works, you have $1 million business on your hands.
Well, it honestly, if it worked. So today I was putting everything into the Trello board because I thought, well, at least then he's got a source to where everything is. Got halfway. Anyway, there's enough work here. Just in the Trello, the half thing that I've done at the moment, it would take a team of probably 5 to 6 people, 6 to 8 months just to get through what I've got on the Trello board at the moment. So,
do you know what I reckon? I was thinking about this. I reckon that it's very hard to track what we're doing because there's so many, like you just said before, there's so many different sources of information. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I've got like 3 or 4 different businesses, work, things that are quite big and could be incredible. And it depends on the day as to what my brain gravitates towards.
Yeah.
And I'm really struggling to keep track across all the different things that I'm doing.
Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking, because obviously we're working on quite a few of those together, right? So that's a big part of what we're trying to do, because what I don't want to keep doing is getting more platforms and more fragmentation and more of this, that, and the other. I want to be able to go, right, what do we need? Because tech guy already built me a CRM. He built me Gen AI, which is like the task thing, because I just need simple. I don't want like the things. I do Trello. Honestly, I've obviously done a lot of project management. And I use Trello because I find it less shitty than some of the others, to be honest. I literally want what is the thing, and then I use the checklist. I don't use any other functionality. It's just tickets and checklist, because I don't want everything else in there. It's too much. By the time you've spent like 3 weeks fucking populating the most brilliant thing, well, and my brain says, well, you've done it now.
But you're working on such fragmented things. There's like a million different little things.
Yeah.
That it's not one big project within which you can have multiple fancy things in Trello. Like, that makes sense. I started working out on a Trello board for myself recently, and also got about halfway before I was like, this is actually overwhelming for me to see it all on this. And
it's bonkers. Hey,
it's
and
bonkers,
this is high level. I've literally done the high level headlines. I haven't even built any of the checklists out, or very few of the checklists out. Anyway. So that's fine. That's fine. We have ADHD. This is what's going to happen. We learn from us when you see us make the mistakes. Lives. Don't do them.
A new notebook does save lives, though. So stand by for the Remarkable 2 and whether that saves Callie's life.
Look, I think it's going to be amazing. I enjoy the pen. I also, because I got the folio, so it means you had to get the case, right?
Of course, yeah.
And also the...
because all of the accessories.
Oh, by the way, this is not sponsored in any way, shape or form. Remarkable too. I think you should sponsor me. I spent like a lot of money on this. Please give me some of it back. That would be amazing. Thank you so much.
We're going to take bets here. I bet that Callie will drop the Remarkable 2 quite soon.
How very dare you?
It is probably a tech product.
No, look. I love my Kindle. I've had a Kindle for years and years and years, right? the Remarkable 2 is remarkably like a Kindle, except in that it's simple and there's limited functionality. Remember when Kindle came out and they're like, oh, look at this, you can connect to the internet and it's in color and everything. And everybody was like, woo, and we got one and then we're like, this is shit. And then we all went and got a Paperwhite. That's what
I
this is like.
think you will do what I did with it, which is I actually sometimes really love having the physical notebook you can flick back to, because you cannot see all of your notes on the screen or look, it
is a bit small. Remarkable, can you answer me this question? Why on earth you could not just do one that's the size of a standard notebook?
Babe, I think that's the perfect size for you. You're in a 14-year-old's top that fits you. You've got tiny hands.
I have very large writing.
Okay.
This is my issue, right? That concerns me about it is I have really large writing. And I think that's going to be the thing that will get me more than anything.
Even though you've got large writing and you could have gone for a big one.
So I was there with one of my other really close friends. Obviously not like you, babes. Clearly. She's the sort of ADHD you have. And she was like, buy all the things. I'm going to buy a new coffee machine. I really want a RoboVac. And I'm like, no. And I recruited, because I'm sensible in the relationship, right? And I recruited the salesperson who was amazing. We were in full goblin mode. I'm rage buying stuff. She's like, yes, bitch, we're going to do this. And I'm like, everyone's a C word and I'm effing and buying everything. And I'm like, this is raging me. And that's right. And I was just so tired. We went through and we were back and forth and she was like, if you can't put it in your handbag, you're not going to keep it with you. And I was like, that is such a good point.
It's true.
And you know what? I don't even take my old fucking office handbag. I have like my mini handbags now. Yeah. So, which are, I say mini.
But they're always mini, full.
But, shush. But yeah, so this will fit in.
I love that you're justifying it.
You can shush your face. Okay.
All right, I'll shush my face. But I will add that I actually do the rage buying thing, and I don't normally purchase large items until I'm in the same rage space where I'm like, oh no, I'm done. That's when I last bought my phone, my new pink Motorola Flip.
Yes.
When I was raging at Apple. And was like, nah, can't do this anymore. Haven't got any service. And I'm so fucking over it. And so I just rage went into JB Hi-Fi. Total bestie clicked with the lovely gentleman who was selling me.
Yes.
They're very good at that.
Yeah.
And I ended up spending $1,200 on a phone.
Yeah, well, I nearly did that too. The other thing though that I will say, so I use my credit card and then I get the points, right? And it's just a very standard, it's nothing particular. I get the flybys, the points, etc. Right? I'm very basic like that. But I get enough points from it, I don't buy lots of stuff, just from shopping, food, groceries, and all that type of thing. And I buy all my skincare at Maya, and I don't get cheap skincare, and I'm able to go in and buy, whatever. And so I was like, I need some skincare. I kind of didn't need it. I had like a couple of things, but I was like, I need some skincare too. So I went and rage bought, like, literally, I went into, and I just got loads of Clarins and stuff like that, because I really like the Clarin stuff. It's really nice. And even if I didn't like it, I didn't even care. Fuck this shit. And then, so I got it. But, it's so not satisfying. And they gave me loads of free stuff. That was why I wanted the Clarins, because it had honestly, I got about, $150 worth of free stuff. It was really cool. But when you go to rage buy it and then you use your rewards points,
it's not as fun.
I only ended up spending about $50. It wasn't even $50, and I got like $300 and something worth of stuff. And I was like,
damn ChatGPT screwed you again.
Yeah, let's blame ChatGPT, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know why Chat had anything to do with it, but it's definitely their fault.
Because you're raging at ChatGPT, and that's what got you in this mode.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
You're not my real dad. So rage buying, totally recommend it. Do not recommend it. Please do not go do that. This is absolutely, do not. Okay, absolutely do not.
This is not intended to be a psychologist podcast or a self-advice podcast. Please do not do as we do. Learn from what we say.
Yeah. And, it's a birthday episode, so we're allowed to buy stuff. And it is actually my birthday as well in a couple of weeks. So
it is.
I know.
I'm really excited for you.
Gemini. We beat the Geminis.
Who?
Yeah, you're Gemini, aren't you?
No, I'm Taurus.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Could
Sorry,
you not get that from my bullheadedness?
To be fair, I just always think everybody in May and June is a Gemini because I'm blind.
My brother's a Gemini.
So
I'm a Taurus.
Yeah, okay. PB is a couple of weeks after mine. 3 weeks after mine.
All the best people are born in this
Yeah.
First half
And that's
of the
why
year.
I was like, yeah, cool. So, I mean, obviously, I've said that I'm 2 weeks after you and then she's 2. So, of course, we're not all Geminis. But I assumed you were. And in fact, you were so close to the cusp. I don't know when it changes over, but you must be close to it because you're not very typical Taurus, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah.
I often get that I have
really
very
know
Taurian energy. I actually don't really know anything about
I always think of
star signs.
Tauruses, Taurians, I don't know, Tauri. I always think of them as like a little bit toxic.
Ah, well, maybe I am and you just haven't realized it.
No, but they're like, I'm just going to hold on to this for no reason whatsoever and then I gaslight the shit out of you. I don't know why I think that.
Oh. I
don't know.
hope that's not me.
I've never come across it from you.
Sitting here in my little
Quite
nana
the opposite,
blanket
in fact.
and my little cozy.
And your tiara.
My tiara. That was a
anyway,
gift.
sorry, Taurus people out there. I don't know. I just always assumed that.
You heard it here first, people. Callie hates us if we're Taurians. Okay. Taurians, we ride at dawn against Callie, against our fellow Geminis.
Yes.
We are now in a war.
I am a Gemini. I am the Geminiest of Geminis. I always used to call myself that, but now I just know I have ADHD. So ADHD and autism.
It became a personality.
ADHD is the Gemini of neurodivergence.
But what are we? I feel left out.
Well, you're an honorary Gemini.
Okay, thank you. Whew.
Yeah. No, you're welcome.
All right, war's over. Thanks.
Yeah.
They give a load of validation.
I haven't drank any water all day, and that is bad. It's bad.
Babes, you're a houseplant. You need water to survive.
I'm going to have some water now. Look at me. Look at that. Woo!
All right, this is a reminder, everyone. Don't listen to Callie sip her water. Listen to me saying, go sip your own water, because clearly we've all forgotten to drink water today.
Have some water. Take your meds.
I was talking to Beej about this and the interoception. I really struggle to say that word.
Yes.
I was explaining to him that there are more than 5 senses and that one of them is interoception. Am I getting this right? That's the one with the body signals?
Yeah, the internal. Yeah.
Yes, internal. One of my friends was telling me that they have a child who's, I can't remember the exact age, but around 5-ish, 6-ish.
Oh, yeah.
And they're nighttime toilet training this child who is having some difficulty because they may or may not be quite neurosparkly. And Beej was like, oh, that's quite late, isn't it? I said, actually, no. And I think it's very common for neurodivergent children to have trouble, especially at night, with interoception because they're asleep. They don't know. They don't have the same signals. Yeah. You can explain this better than I can, I think.
Oh, to be fair, it's really, really common for neurodivergent kids to toilet train late, to still be having accidents at night and at school up until like 10. It's really common. There are resources out there, team. If you're struggling with your little one who is maybe really struggling to get dry, I think, call it, at night, or certainly pooing as well is a challenge for. Certainly shows up a lot in autism. That sensation, the sensory challenges around pooing it when not wearing a nappy. I know a lot of children who are autistic who have ended up staying in pull-ups or nappies or whatever for longer, or put them on to go to the toilet, and then and that stuff is all real.
I think the one thing that I would say is reach out for help. Like you said, there is so much out there that can help, but the most important thing is don't just sit with that like shame and judgment and why aren't they better. And Absolutely. It's exhausting. And I know I was talking to my friends and they were like, we're really tired and we've done so much changing of sheets. And that in itself is goddamn hard for neurodivergent people. So don't sit with that shame. There is abundances of community and people who know what you're going through. And just remember that there are so many people here and we're a community. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They give a load of validation.
Music is a big thing, right, for me. And if I hear a song I really don't like, I can't be around it, right? And sometimes when I'm trying to regulate, because I don't want to switch other people's music off, so I'm trying to regulate. And sometimes I might leave the room or whatever. But a song came on the other day and it was, Alanis Morissette, Ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it ironic? Well, there was a Triple J a version, right? Done by the Smith Street Band, I think. And I'd never heard it before, but it came on and there are other people sat around in my family that were enjoying this. I didn't know they were. We listen to a lot of blends. We listen to a lot of like new music or things that just come on. They're not necessarily always someone's choice, right?
Yep.
So just being to be clear on that. And I was like, what is happening? What is this song? That's a cult song, right? Ironic. Like Alanis, you don't mess with that stuff, right? Unless you're really frigging gonna do something good with it. Anyway, they didn't. And I was there just going, oh my God, this is the worst like a version I've ever heard. Like this is terrible. Like this is, and PB's there and so she was like, what is it? And so I was explaining like, this is just the whole meaning and the vibe and everything of the song is been made worse. And without intending to, by me having quite a strongish reaction to it, one of the teenagers in the house went, in your opinion? And I was like, obviously, who else's opinion am I speaking from, right? But no, like fair. But I was like, to me, I go, I didn't think, I mean, of course, how could I possibly be speaking from anyone else's opinion? But that's just like, I've had that before. And certainly Tech Guy used to get upset by it as well. He loves music, like really loves music. And I'd be like, oh, I hate this song. This is terrible. He'd be like, in your opinion? Obviously, anyway, so the point being, that doesn't mean I go, well, I am regulating and I'm speaking out loud and I do find it almost painful when it's music I can't stand. Doesn't mean I don't have to still try not to upset people and shit on what they love. So I guess that's my balance. It was a long way of getting there, but I guess
I appreciated
the
journey. It was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I think it comes down to a lot of the whole late stage diagnosis, unlearning, regression.
Yeah.
And I've noticed this quite a bit I've got a whole community of late diagnosed neurosparkly wonder people around me.
Yep.
And this whole regression to accept and acknowledge that you have limitations and that you are neurodivergent.
Yeah.
But then what? So I know you and I are pretty good at going, I know that's my limitation. I know that's how my brain works now. How do I now figure out how to work with that moving forward for better life enjoyment, for easier, whatever? I think that is missing in some people where they find out they've got it and just go, well, everything's not made for me and I'm broken. I'm going to just do what I want.
Yeah, I think you got a real point.
It's hard. It's really hard.
They give a load of validation.
Do you want to do a listener question?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is Beck from Perth. Hi, Beck.
Hey, Beck. Hey, bestie.
Happy to be named. So, hi, Callie and Jayne and Pod Dog. Lol, Pod Dog. Shout out, he's not here. I've kicked him out. Anyway, I accidentally started some office gossip and I need to come clean because my justice sensitivity is giving. I saw two colleagues leave together looking tense and I thought they were having an affair because one of them was all over the other one. They were holding the car door open, helping them in, being really caring. I only told one person, but apparently that's all it takes. And now it's all over the office. Worst thing is, shit, it turns out one of them had food poisoning and the other was just driving her home.
My brain first went to, is that person okay?
Yeah. They have laughed about it and there's been no issues from it, but I feel I need to confess. So, yeah. I'm Beck from Perth. You can name me. I'm happy with that. I'm just hoping my neurodivergent besties can free me from my guilt.
Beck. Oh, my God, babes. Okay, first of all, our brains fill in the gaps, girl. Sorry, I just gendered you. Our brains fill in the gaps, bestie.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that was your fault at all. I think it's very natural human nature to do that and fill in the gaps and to say to one person, hey, that was really weird. They were quite close.
I got from that. I don't think she said that. I think she was like, oh, they're having an affair. I think she did do it a bit scandally looking at the way that she's written and the fact that she feels guilty about it. I mean, Beck, I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong, but I read that as
Are we filling in gaps?
But, well, possibly. And the thing, though, I think is really interesting is telling one person and then that person telling everyone. And that's the thing, I guess, the secrets, right? You tell one person, you might as well tell everyone because if they only tell one person and then they only tell one person. Anyway, I don't think you should feel too guilty. The fact that they're laughing about it. Look, if they were both married and ended up having a major marital breakdown as a result of the rumor you've spread, I think you feel guilty then. But they're laughing about it, babe. You're okay. I think you're
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I think you're fine. Easy mistake to make. It all came out in the wash. It's okay.
Yeah.
And obviously you've learnt from this because it hit you really hard and you're feeling really sick about it. So maybe in the future you'll know. You kind of question, are they okay? Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you for emailing us. That is very, very cool of you. So this next one is from, get this, Jayne, you're not going to believe where this guy is from. I've just gendered as well. Sorry. Okay. This is Nick from Toronto in Canada.
Oh,
I know we've got some Canadians.
How about
that?
Sorry, bestie. We can't mock.
Sorry.
We have Australian accents going on.
I don't.
And Welshish.
So, hi, Callie, Jayne, and Tech Guy. Can I just say, after hearing you talk about being misunderstood, I realised half of my problems come from the fact that I sound funnier and more casual than I mean to. I'll say something like, yeah, I'm barely holding it together. And people treat it like I'm saying a joke when actually I'm delivering a concise status update. I'm autistic and I'm pretty literal. Have either of you worked out how to be honest without accidentally being entertaining? P.S. I'm Canadian, so perhaps it's a cultural thing. Happy for you to share my name. I'm Nick from Toronto in Canada. Well,
my brain just broke. Nick, I feel you. I feel like my whole life, I will literally say, I am not okay. I need help. And I don't get the recognition from the other person or the system that I'm seeking help from that actually, like, I feel like I've been so clear in saying I'm nearly a breakdown. Help me. And it's, sorry.
No, don't say sorry. We said we weren't saying sorry, remember? I just think, right, I read this and I was just like, well, firstly, I say things that are jokes where I'm just like not meaning anything about it and I get told off for being a bitch. And then, sorry, I hate the word bitch. I hate the word. Except
when we're talking about each other.
Yeah, except when we're doing it. I saw a line in I was watching Running Point last night, season 2, and she said, we don't use bitch here unless it's in a sassy gay way. And I was like, yeah, okay. Okay, I could do that. But yeah, so it's like you get misunderstood and you're like, I'm trying tone. Do I go higher or lower? Because that's tone, right? And then when I am saying actually things are bad, it's not funny. Like, what the hell?
Very common that we are misunderstood for things that we're saying. People think I'm funny all the time when I'm actually like, no, I'm actually legitimately telling you, this is shit and I'm not okay.
So how do you deal with that? Have you got any strategies?
I just started employing comedy like it was the only option, and potentially my body kept the score and I got fibromyalgia.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Is that bad though? Because now they'll listen when I go, I'm really exhausted, and I fall asleep on them.
Yeah.
So, Nick, if you want to maybe develop a little bit of a body keeps the score,
what would you recommend?
You.
Fibro?
Would not recommend. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Wouldn't return.
No. I just obviously made a joke out of that because that's how I roll. But honestly, Nick, I think I got to the point where I realized if it is something that I need help with from someone else, I will say it in multiple different ways. And then if I'm not getting that help, I will either try to do it myself or find someone else who will actually listen.
Yeah. And I think so. On a slightly more serious note, right? We know that in other forms of things like bullying, racism, stuff like that, there is a thing called the bullying cycle. It's probably got a proper real name, but that's how I remember it from. And I will have to see if I can find it and put it in the show notes. But people will usually make jokes at their own expense as well, because it's a protective factor. I have known, like our Aboriginal First Nations people here in Australia, I know multiple people in older generations, but also same in our generation, who would make the jokes around, oh, look out, let me make the joke as I've walked into this room because you're going to if I don't. And so... I do think there is an element maybe where, and I'm certainly not equating neurodivergence with, the trauma of racism. Please don't think that. But just looking, if we then take it away from the racism context and back into that bullying cycle that I was talking about, I think there's something in that where if we joke or we make ourselves, if we use humor to do something, then they'll be less angry at us.
We lead the way. We lead the pack. Who
Well,
we think
also,
are going to laugh at us anyway.
Yeah. And also, if we're asking for something, but we make a joke out of it, you'll be less angry at us than if we are asking, you know, for something that you don't want to give us, then you get more angry. Also,
and
I
feel less RSD if they say no.
That's right. I was going to say also, I think that then gives us the opportunity, and I'm thinking this out loud again, and I know I've done this more than I'm comfortable with realizing I've done this. If we are saying it in a way that, are we joking? Are we being serious? If we get the wrong response, we're like, no, I ain't joking. We get to do that, right?
Yeah.
We get to say that, oh, no, it was a joke. No, it's fine. I'm only joking anyway. Do you know what I mean? I think there's potentially something in that too.
I think you're right. And then it makes it harder when we are really being serious.
Yeah.
Because someone's so used to us being, you know, that comedic relief or, oh, they said it, but then they were joking. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we are our own worst enemies, Nick. We really
Nick,
are.
you have taken us down the path on that one. So thank you for that.
We feel you. We see you.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
100%. And I think if we think about the 5 C's, right, clarity and compassion really come in here. So I think if we think about where our boundaries end and responsibility begins, I think that we need to make sure we're taking our own responsibility for being clear, maybe in what we need. And I know that's easier said than done, but think about circles of control and influence. You can tell that I've been doing a lot of work at the moment with actual neurodivergent people, not just leaders of but yeah, like the circles of control, the only thing that exists in our control is what we say and what we do. So if we think about that and then say, okay, well, if I take responsibility and I can look at it and say, well, I know I want a thing, I need to find a way to have clarity around that. And if other people aren't understanding it, I can't immediately be upset and offended at them. I actually do need to just have a little reflection and check on myself.
Like I said, sometimes you have to say it a few different ways.
Yeah. 100%. All right. Well, that was a couple of listener questions. Thank you. There wasn't as many quite as funny. They weren't quite so funny this time, but I actually think they're still really useful.
Good.
Yeah.
We are grateful that you sent them in. Thank you, Bestie and Nick.
Do not stop. Yeah, send us more. Send us more. Beck and Nick.
Beck and Nick, you besties rock.
Yeah.
Thanks for being besties.
All right. Well, look, I think I'm done. What
I'm
about
done.
you?
I need to have a birthday dinner.
Oh, yeah. And we've been recording for far too long. Oh, my God. How does this happen? We're going to not speak very long, but then, I don't know. I just love talking.
I don't have a timer on mine. Time's not real for me.
Yeah, time's a construct.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
I need to go. Even in? Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, if you are listening, you need to hit that follow button. You need to do me a favor right now. Send your favorite episode from the last 21 that Jayne and I have done together. Send it to someone you know. Just do it right now. Find your favorite clip. Also, social media, feel free at any point to, I'm not even bothering at the moment because hardly anybody's fucking looking at my stuff anyway. So I have so much stuff sitting in my thing that I will put out there if people start looking at it. That's fine. Look, it's on you. It's on you. Guys, that's all I'm saying.
Barney says sharing is caring.
Yeah.
So let's share the podcast, F them fish, AuDHD for Grownups.
Yeah.
Share your stories with us. Email us, fthemfish@gmail.com.
We've had a massive increase. I haven't told you this yet in our listeners lately. So, thanks everyone. It's great to have you here.
Son. Yeah, besties pulling really it out.
Yeah, really big. So appreciate you a lot.
Appreciate all y'all.
All y'all.
Okay, I gotta go. I'm hungry. It's birthday
All right, me
time.
too. I'm starving. All right, love you, boo.
Bestie.
Have the best birthday evening.
Thanks,
and everybody, we will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
We love you, besties. Bye.
They give a load of validation.